you. And I make my graduation dress. Well, my graduation picture dress. My graduation pictures dress. Got the patterns. So today I'm going to be making a selkie inspired dress. So I got one lining material. It's like a shiny satin, like a do-rag material. Then I got some tulle. Then I got organza. I'm going to cut all these pieces out at the same time. I'm going to cut out the top first. For the top, I'm going to be using the satin material and the organza. Hopefully I got enough organza. I have 3 yards of it. But I'm trying to make this dress for my graduation pictures. But honestly, it kind of look like I'm going to have to do my own graduation pictures because everybody is booked. And the person I wanted to go to since freshman year said he not coming down here because he graduated. So he messed up my lifelong graduation plan. And I couldn't find nobody else. So I'm going to cut out 2 pieces of the front of organza and lining. The lining kind of look a little see-through. 1 layer of organza and 2 layers of the lining because it looks really see-through. Okay, so I'm done cutting out the front and the back. Now I'm going to cut out the skirt. I'm going to do 2 layers of organza, 2 layers of tulle, 1 layer lining. Okay, so I'm done cutting out all the skirt pieces. That was a lot of layers of fabric. Finally, I'm almost done. All I gotta do is cut out the sleeve. And the sleeve should be in a somewhat of this shape. I'm putting on the screen. Somewhat of this shape. The taller the hump and the wider the sides, bigger and puffier the and puff sleeves, you can really never go wrong. So I'm going to cut out 2 sleeves. I'm going to fold the organza in half just to make it easier and quicker. Tulle. I want to have 1 layer of tulle and 1 layer of organza per sleeve, but I'm going to cut it out all together. So I'm going to layer on 2 layers of tulle. You can just fold it in half like I did the organza to cut out 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm done cutting everything. I'm going to start on the top piece. This method is going to be a little different from adding lining regularly because I'm using 2 layers of lining. These are the 2 front pieces. I know it's hard to see, but just listen carefully. I'm going to start off real easy. Put aside the lining pieces for a second and just have the organza pieces. All I'm going to do is have the good sides facing in and sew on top. I'm going to do the same thing for the lining pieces. Now I'm going to do a French seam. I'm going to cut under layer of seam allowance by a little bit. And I'm going to fold the longer flap over and under. I'm going to iron it. Then I'm just going to do that to all the other pieces. Okay, so I sewed the French seams. Now I'm just going to sew the side seams together regularly. So I just sewed the top. Now I'm going to move on to the sleeve. I'm going to lay the tulle on the bad facing side of the organza. And then I'm going to sew a wide stitch without back stitching all the way around the curve. Okay, so I'm done with the sleeve, adding the stitch around the hump or the curve or whatever you want to call it. Now I'm just going to add just some bias tape to the bottom end of the sleeve so I can add elastic into it. All I'm going gonna do is wrap it around my arm where the sleeve is going to fall and cut it where it ends. I stretched it just a little bit. If you want it to be super tight around your arm, you can stretch it more, but okay, so both of the sleeves are sewed. I have the bias on and then I hem the bottom. Now, finally puff up the sleeve. So all I'm gonna do is take the 2 strings on one side, take the other string, 2 strings on the other side that I left, and just pull. Okay, it's not working. Then I'm going to add the elastic using a safety pin. Just going to add the elastic. And once it gets to the end, I'm going to add another clip, keeping the safety pin on here just in case I have to push it through again. So here's the sleeve like this. As you can see, it's way smaller now compared to this. Okay, the puff sleeves are put together. Now I'm going to turn the top part inside out. I'm going to turn the sleeve good side facing out and put the sleeve through and just pin. Okay, so really I should have added the lining before I added the sleeve, but it's too late now. So I'm going to make this good facing up and then make the lining piece good side facing down. Line up the ends to the ends, then the side seam to the side seam. Pinned both linings, so now I'm just going to sew around it. Okay, so I'm done with the sleeve. Now I'm going to move on to the skirt. I'm just connecting the front skirt 2 pieces and the back skirt 2 pieces at the side seam. Then I'm going to sew it all together and attach the other side of the back piece to the other side of the front 2 pieces. I'm done with the top. Now I'm going to start on the skirt finally. I'm going to take the lining layer and make it good side facing up. Then I'm going to add the tulle layer. Then I'm going to add the organza layer, good side facing up. I'm going to sew the line all the way along the waist and come back. Okay, so I'm done with the skirt. And now all I want to do is gather it. I'm going to pull the bottom string and just push it down.
You want to keep doing that so it gets gathered enough.
So yeah, this is it. Okay, so the skirt is gathered, the 2 sleeves are done, and the tops. Now all I do is attach the skirt to the top. I want to leave the skirt good side facing up and the sleeve or top good side facing down and attach at the waist. I want to attach the side seams together and then start attaching it everywhere else. Okay, it's pinned around. Now I'm just going to serge all of this. Then it's going to look like this. Then I'm going to clean up all the little threads and stuff and then hem the bottom of the 2 organza pieces and be done. I am done with the dress. All I gotta do is add the invisible zipper.